The lights are about to go out soon. Light Hoya sponsoring. Martini Paris E-Prix is underway. And it's a good start for the pole sitter, who gets away pretty neatly as well. But Jerry in the background there has made a mistake and tapped the wall ever so slightly. So it's Mark Martin and Ngolia there, who are very close to each other. Faryad Farid is also up there. You can hear them right there, brawling it out into turn 5 now. This is a really scorching sound to hear across the screen, darting across the corners as we see Faryad falling down the order. But it looks like Martin has gotten the start he wanted. Look at Marcelo though. Marcelo with a tremendous start, a good one, a really good one that sees him pass the pole sitter who's not had the best of starts as of now. Mark Martin is controlling the race out in front as we see the rest of the field following up close. Let's keep our eyes locked on Nee, who's fighting against Slow. What's happening to him? Down the order he goes, but through the final corner now as Negro goes through it. We have to keep an eye on the race leader, who now leads the race. Martin has gotten away pretty well there. As you see in the background there, people brawling it out. It's Marcelo now. It's Marcelo chasing down Felipe Ngoya all of a sudden as they storm down into the VP chicane. Bender Courses delivers once again in terms of racing action, but the battle out in front has really separated itself. Seems like Mark Martin has this pretty much under control after having that narrow miss in qualifying from pole position. Pretty nice fight here. The field is separated by very little it seems. Oh, someone's lost a tyre! Someone's lost a tyre already! That is definitely not Rabane, but it is Raven! Raven's lost a tyre! How about keep an eye with Steer Nedeloff chasing down Tim de Ruyter and already past Interpro. These are for the final points positions. Oh, Marcelo side by side with Faryad Farid. He makes the move and he's past the Iraqi Belgian. And look out in front. Martin has been passed by Felipe Ngoya. It's a titanic duel out in front here. And this is for the championship lead, by the way, with Mark Martin having that slight advantage. But Ngoya had that pole position. And I tell you what, they are separated by like 7 points in the standings. But it's been an alright start for the drivers that are now battling it out for the race lead. Who now swap positions as Marcelo is settling himself into a pretty nice and steady podium position here in the Holtby outfit. You see the cars out in front making huge gaps to the rest and showing they are the titans of the league when Tekno's not around. That's Turfsy chasing. This is a pack of cars chasing down Marcelo. Marcelo doesn't even seem to have any sound for some reason. I have no clue what's happening, but alright. Tim de Ruyter rounding turn 1 now. The Faryad Farid has built himself a pretty nice gap down to Tim de Ruyter. The Racing Best is being chased down by Clocks. Clocks who's on a charge here. One of his best races in the URFE seems to be prevailing right now, presenting itself an opportunity to score big points here for the American, who's chasing down another American. Clock slow. Oh, almost tapping the wall. If he did, I wouldn't be surprised. Couldn't really see it properly there, but Racing is chasing down Marcelo. Clocks is about to pass Racing though. Let's see here. Will there be an overtake made by the man himself? The man, the myth, the legend. Clock Slow has passed Racing with assistance of attack mode. And he is now about 85 seconds left to just try and catch up as much as he can to take that P4 spot temporarily. Because when it's provisional, the race hasn't finished yet. He's actually being chased down by Jerry himself. Jerry, you're talking about it. Stingray Jerry right here, folks. The Finnish Holtby driver is performing god tier work here and is catching up to P2. It doesn't seem to have the best of races. I wonder what that gap must be at right now, but there's no way Mark Martin is this slow without issue. There must be something behind the scenes as he goes into the pit lane and he switches on to new tyres. I don't know which tyre specifically, but that was a really slow stint. Faryad Farid being chased down by his teammate now. And Ngolia has been undercut by Mark Martin here. So Ngoli on the fresher tyres must do something about it, I wonder. He's on the quali soft, same tyres as Mark Martin, by the way, and Farad Farid, so they're all on the quali soft right now. Jerry, on the other hand, is out there, out in front, chilling and making the best out of the situation. Will he go for a longer stint here? Did he almost flip there? I wonder. Thea Netherlands, or Thea Nederlof, is up there, up to P6. He's going to be passed by Marcelo soon, though, I can imagine. And Holtby goes down the inside of the stand, and he's passed now, and he's down to P7 now, is he? Now, Thea Nederlof. He started last on the grid, but it's been a really chaotic race from his point of view. There's a lot of different strategies going on here, but here's the change in the race lead. Here comes Mark Martin and Felipe Ngolia chasing down the leader in Jerry Peiko, also known as Stingray Jerry in this very specific lead. Jerry seems to have a massive pace advantage here. Is this one hell of a strategy from the Finn, who could potentially take his first race win in URFE since Cape Town back in Season 2. Remember, not all of us remember, but I remember that race so clearly in my mind, and he's taken the race lead away from Farad Farid. They are side by side with each other still, but the move has been made, and the crown has been taken for Jerry on the top spot for now. But he's still in it, and he's still fighting here, but Jerry's built an astronomical gap here to just keep that lead in his pocket. With 12 laps to go, that win seems a tad realistic here, because he has the fresher tyres, and he's on basically an opposite strategy to the likes of Felipe Ngolia and Mark Martin. These two are fighting for the championship, remember. These two are the men that we're going to keep an eye out for the rest of the season. But could Jerry play a role? Could Jerry play a major role here? We can see him out in front. What will be the gap? He crosses the line now, and when will Ngolia and Mark Martin cross the line? 3 seconds adrift. Now, is this the strategy that Jerry's been planning out with his super massive brain? I'm left to wonder what Mark Martin is going to do now. The gap is at a 4.8 second one. Mark Martin switches on to the quali soft for the last 10 laps of the race. Is that too smart of a strategy? He's going to be on the older tyres compared to Ngolia. But we're going to see a duel to the end. Here comes Farad Farid. Can he get past his teammate? No, he can't. There is his teammate exiting the pit lane just in time to stick ahead. And Farad Farid has that attack mode, however, in his pocket. But can he catch up with the older tyres? I'm left wondering that question. Wecky passes Marcelo as we have a pretty nice and tidy fight here. The hards don't seem to be working for Marcelo too well. Will he pit? Has this been a really nice and tidy strategy from Ngolia to try and recover this time? But Mark Martin's tyres are going to run out, and I know that because these are the quali soft, by the way. They don't last a long while. You need to watch the mid pack off the field. This is a pretty exciting battle here as Tim de Ruyter is up there. Clocks is down in P8, but that's not a bad position for his standards at all. Wecky's gone past Farad Farid, by the way. So Wecky's up to P4 as of now. Solid gap. Oh, the move for the race lead is being executed as live. Right in front of our eyes. Felipe Ngolia's made a move on Stingray Jerry. But Ngolia goes straight on to activate his final attack mode of the afternoon. But here he goes, and sliding past the race leader. And now entering the face of the new race leader, we have Felipe Ngolia controlling this race after a brilliant strategy, going into the pits and doing another stop compared to what Jerry did. But he successfully lapped it. And now we're going to watch the race winner of Paris, the Martini Paris E-Prix. He won here last season, and he's going to win here again. Felipe Ngolia wins the Paris E-Prix and leads the championship, if I'm not completely wrong. But behind him comes Jerry for a successful podium finish, and it's P2 for the Finn, who turns 19 later this year. Mark Martin finishes the podium up with P3 for Century.